everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to New Age Custom Farming. If you're new here, we are a custom farming operation in Wisconsin. And custom farming in Wisconsin means that we custom harvest forages for different dairy farms in our area. And today they are chopping third crop hay. Avery is off to go spray some soybeans. And then Dalton and I are picking up new calves because we buy bull calves from a local dairy farm every single week. So I'm gonna go feed calves for a little bit. I'm waiting for Dalton to get back from getting parts, and then we'll get on with our day. While I'm waiting for Dalton to get back from going to Richie's to get a part, I am feeding the one bottle calf that we have, but then I also discovered that the robot has not been working for quite a while now. Something like the mixer is not mixing completely. It's like putting the milk replacer into the mixer and then starting to mix and then not finishing mixing. So it's just leaving clumps of powder in there and not actually feeding all the calves. So sometimes technology is really great and really helpful, and then when something like this happens, it's really frustrating because you just want it to work right. But that's why we come into the calf barn all the time to check on things so that we can catch that. But I'm feeding calves right now. Like, I'm happy we don't have to hand feed calves and bottle feed calves or hand feed calves every morning and night, but it still comes with a lot of work having a robot barn. Tell us about your day so far.
Well, it was a simple task of fixing the skid loader this morning that turned into a big one.
Why? What happened?
Because I was putting the quick attach plate, a new one on, and then the last hydraulic hose I hooked up stripped the threads on a metal line that goes up and into the boom. So Dalton had to go, well, we had a guy at Hennessy getting the parts, and then we got the wrong part. So then he had to go all the way back up there.
Now what?
Now I'm going out to do some spraying. Thank God.
Big beans?
Yep, big beans.
Are you spraying big bean?
Yep.
Actually?
Yep. And the AC is ripping in the cab, thank God, because I'm dying out here.
We got a comment on a video that was filmed in June, but it was posted in July, and I said in it how it was 83 degrees and that it was really hot out. It was also humid that day. And somebody commented on it saying that that's not that hot, but for us Midwesterners who primarily live in the winter and in the cold temperatures, that was in June. The first heat moment is aggressive, and we're still not used to it, and it's August now. So.
Well, and I've been to Texas in the summer at 110. I would rather take that than 88 here.
You want the dry. You want the dry.
Yeah, the humidity. It ain't the heat, it's the gosh darn humidity.
Yeah, it's been like 60+% humidity the last several days.
You just can't, you just stand still and sweat like I'm doing right now. It's just running down my back.
Yep, so. All right, well, I'm waiting for Dalton to return so we can get calves and fix the robot, and Avery's gonna go get her done. Mason's getting her done. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Should be about done out there chopping.
So, a fun Friday of farming. A farmer in their natural habitat. You like that?
Mm-hmm. For anybody who doesn't know, this shop here that I got all my chemical in used to be our main shop that we worked out of. All the equipment. I'm drinking more water out of this hose than anywhere else in the face of the planet. And it's so good. Just suck it down for days. So I think it's the third day with this 920 chopper and really getting used to it and really liking it. I mean, new is always nice, but Really like the updated screens. Easy to see. They didn't do much with the console here. But like on my chopper, these two spots right here are your cutter head on and off on this side, and then that's an emergency stop. The emergency stop is up here now, and the cutter head on and off is over there. It doesn't seem important, but just in front of there is where you put your phone. And well, when you're reaching for your phone, which is under the screen, you accidentally bump that every now and again, and that is not fun. It doesn't happen as much in the chopper because I'm not on my phone as much chopping, because it just takes both hands more than, like, the combine is the same setup for your head and your thrashing, like your rotor and separator, and you bump the head a lot more in that when you reach for your phone, but just more cautious in the chopper because you don't want to plug it up. And you can really notice, it's very noticeable, the cab difference. It's bigger. Got my foot bars, them are nice, got them adjusted finally, which isn't a big deal to do, just taking the 2 minutes to do it, to find in between trucks when you're busy. But this thing chops a lot of feed. You're moving along pretty nice. But yeah, I really like it, and I really like the head. I think that's a huge improvement, and you can really tell because we've had this head on my chopper that I run every day, and this one they upgraded the feed rolls in like 2019 or something like that, I think, or I don't know when they did it, don't quote me on that, but you can tell that they are way better, and they feed way smoother. So there's that. Yeah, been chopping away. I've done like 600 acres with it. It's working good. I like it. I want one. Avery, I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, it's really nice, like it. I really want one. And he's like, oh, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And then when he ran it the other day, he's like, yeah, this is way nicer. And it's one of them things, like, if you don't run it, you're like, yeah, whatever, it's what it is. But once you run it, then you're like, you can talk about it, and like we trying to get across how nice it actually is and how much better it is. But until you drive it, you don't get the same feel as driving it versus just getting told about it, obviously. So yeah, they've been working with us and helping us figure a little bit of the changes out. I mean, there's not many, but they've been really good to work with. And thanks to New Holland for letting us try this. And yeah, it's been good. So we got about 50-60 acres left for the day with it, and yeah, not much. It is what it is. So we're gonna do that, call it a day, call it a weekend. It's Friday night. We'll be done by 5-6 o'clock, so it's perfect timing for a Friday night.
Well, an update on the robot is the mixer is just completely not working, and we used to have a backup, and then when something happened, we sent it back with somebody else. So now I am heading up to one of our suppliers to go and get another mixer, and then they're going to order us a backup mixer to have on hand as well. So some supply runs this Friday afternoon. Dalton, to be efficient with our time, Dalton is going to go and pick up the calves right now, the new calves right now, and get started on that. Because when they come back, we give them electrolytes and an additive that helps like boost their immune system and stuff. So he can at least get started on that because you don't need the robot for that at all. Well, I go and get this, and we'll be able to just keep trucking along on our Friday activities. Well, I didn't film this while I was in the act of it, but I was just in the next town over to go get the parts that we needed for the robot. And I was like, you know what? I have to drive past Culver's. I'm going to stop and get Culver's because just like get some custard because it's Friday. I deserve a treat. I'm on a little mission, whatever. and the sign wasn't working outside of Culver's to say what the flavor of the day was. So like, whatever. Pull up to order, also didn't say it there, and I was like, hey, like, what's the flavor of the day before I placed my order? And it was my favorite flavor of the day. So it's just like my body naturally knew that I had to go to Culver's and my favorite flavor of the day. So happy about that. Dalton picked up 14 new calves today, so that's gonna be fun all weekend long, pushing them up. But we'll get them all vaccinated, get them all with their electrolytes and such, and hopefully get them to drink a little bit, and hopefully get the robot to work. So it is 4 p.m. on a Friday, and it's probably gonna take us at least 2 hours to do this, if not longer. So there's our Friday night. It's farming.
One thing I've noticed too is, you know, this chopper's got way more power, but the fuel rate doesn't seem to be that. It's a little bit more than like my 780. Obviously, I mean, you're chopping more, so it's gonna use more fuel, but it doesn't seem to be too much worse at the pump, I guess. You know, I haven't really kept exact track of it, but I mean, when you chop comparable days or whatever, the fuel consumption I don't think it's that, like, it's greater, but it's not a lot greater. It's not like a huge notice like, oh my God, we put way more fuel in. It's like, oh, well, that wasn't, I honestly thought it would use more fuel is pretty much what I'm saying. And so it's also a plus. They've made it, I mean, to have more power and use about the same amount of fuel in the same acres is a big deal, and get them done quicker. I mean, that's huge. So that was one other thought that I've had. I'm sure I'll have some more thoughts as I think, but we'll see. We'll see if we have more thoughts. But that's about all I've got for this chopper. We have a 780 in the shed, a 2024 780 with the same feed rolls as this one, that we're going to put this head on and give that a shot, see how we like that. They kind of want to see what we think of each of them, and that one's got the NutriSense on it, so we'll see what we think of that too. We got to switch our inoculator over, that's why we haven't. Otherwise, I'd like to do more of like a side by side, you know, like get in one and get out, like switch it and try the same field and see what it does. But we have to switch inoculators, and that it's not a huge deal, but it takes some time, and we don't want to mess with that. So that's why we didn't do it that way, but we'll be able to tell, I'm sure.
The robot problem was much more than we thought it was going to be, so we had to have a technician come and fix a bunch of things, and now we're gonna get Wi-Fi in the calf barn and be able to connect everything to the internet, and I'll be able to check everything from my phone, because apparently whatever the software update is that we had also, it's probably so windy, and I ordered microphones, I want you guys to know, and they were awful and didn't work, so I have to reorder a different thing that will work for us. Anyway, so had to have the guy come and fix everything. 2 hours later, it's fixed now. It's 6 p.m. So we're gonna put all the collars on the new calves, and I'm gonna push up all, like, the ones from last week too, to make sure that they drink, because they haven't been able to drink all day, which is just fabulous. Well, it is about 8:45. Finished getting all of the new calves put in, finished pushing up all of the calves from last week to at least make sure that they get something to drink. And then tomorrow I'll check on all the other ones just to see, like, make sure they drink overnight. They all know where to drink, so hopefully they do. And like I said, hopefully these new improvements for the calf barn will be really helpful. I'm sure they will. I'm looking forward to it, because every time, as you guys have seen from our videos throughout the summer, our robot tends to go down, so just being able to get the alerts to my phone that the robot is down so one of us can come over and fix it right away, versus like waiting until we're going to give them new milk or whatever, is going to be major. But this is the first Friday night, and at least a month that we haven't had a tractor pull. And I was really hoping that Avery and I were going to be able to go do something fun tonight. But considering it's already 8:45, I don't think that's going to happen. Because I am tired and disgusting right now. We are tractor pulling tomorrow. So the next video on our channel after this will be at the Warren tractor pull, which is in Warren, Illinois. We have that tomorrow night. And so that'll be a whole new video all on its own. And then after that, we don't have a tractor pull for like a week and a half, I think. Tomorrow, only the Tomcat will be there, so the Thunder Clutch is still in pieces. Bree's still here with me. The Thunder Clutch is still in pieces, but we have something coming. We'll probably post about it by the time this video is out, but we have something coming that will help us be able to get the Thunder Clutch back out on the track sooner, so all the details for that will be out soon, if they're not out already. And that will be it for today's video. This girl is ready to go to bed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.